Hi everyone, it's Sue. I'm back. Very little mojo at the moment, but I'm back. So I thought what I'd do today is just turn the camera on and just do a little craft with me. I think just with all the packing and moving and unpacking and setting up and then working two jobs, I've just hit a wall at the moment. So I'm trying to get myself back into being creative because I have this amazing craft space. And so much in my stash, I need to start using it up. So I thought I'd craft along, or hopefully you'll craft along with me and just see what we come up with. So I did just have a bit of a play the other day, and I had all these tags and bits and pieces that I had dyed quite some time ago, tea dyed and coffee dyed. So I've got all these envelopes and index cards and project life cards, all that sort of thing, that I found when I was setting up my craft space. And I thought, well, part of the work's already done for me, so I may as well just start there. And basically what I did is I just went straight to the good old collaging and just added layers of paper, and I have some printables, some tear sheets that I've used, just some old book paper, and some of these stickers. I can't find all my beautiful flowers and that I've fussy cut. I have no idea what I've done with them. So I've got to try and find them. I had a heap of beautiful flowers that I've already fussy cut. So I'm resorting to using these at the moment, but they've turned out really well. And then earlier today, I just got some of my distress stains out and just sprayed them. I have done a tutorial on some tags that I used some beautiful pinks and teal colours. So I used the same technique, and I wanted it just a little bit more grungy looking. So I had this paper that was tea dyed, but it wasn't very dark, so I wanted it a little bit darker. So I got my couple of my distress stains out and just sprayed it on this surface, added a bit of water, and then just dipped the tags in. So that's what's happened with these. They've come up all right. I'll probably still add a little bit more ink to them. So I just thought we might collage on some of those as well and just see what happens. So hopefully you've got some bits and pieces around that you might be able to utilize as well. So why not dig them out and let's get to it and make something. So sorry, I just had to grab a little book. I just thought I was organized, but as per usual, I'm not. So you can use any sort of old book. This is an old book that I use for either to glue on or same thing using collages. This one here, I think I used a dictionary, and I don't know what I've done with that one either. But anyway, that's okay. We can use whatever you've got on your desk, we can use. So what I thought I might do, and as you can see, sorry, I'm all over the shop. As you can see, I've sewn around. I just like that look. You don't have to. So I've just sewn around each of them too once I've collaged them all, and then inked the edges as well. So I don't think they've just a nice little tag there. Added an eyelet. I'll probably add some satin seam binding in the top, maybe a bulb pin and a charm. I'll just play it by ear and see what happens. So yeah, what I might do is I might start with some of these that I've already coffee dyed, and we'll just see what happens. As I said, I'm using some printables here that are, and are they, who have I printed them from now? My porch prints, I think they are. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find. I just found a whole heap that I had already printed off, and I found when I was unpacking. So this is Shabby Dabby Doodah. So I did use this in my design team application, this range of printables. So I had that left over, so I thought I might maybe use some of that. I've actually done some little mini index cards using that. Over here, what have I done? So these are just a few things I've done in the last week, I suppose, trying to get back into the swing of things, try and find my mojo. So these are just little miniature index cards. Excuse me. So I've just used an old book and just torn some of this sheet, just added a little bit of lace, a little inch circle printable, bit of cheesecloth, and just inked around the edge. I'm just going to sew some of these, and like I'll probably add words on top of that once it's sewn. So just really great for journaling spots. You could even use them as tuck spots in your journals as well. So I've done all those, and that's what I've used here. So I may even just try and finish off that piece there that I've done, that I've started using, and we'll just see what comes of it, hey? So this is a really old, I think it's a yeah, Russian to English. I feel really bad. I mean, it's really quite fragile. I got this from Rachel from Roxy Creations when we did our swap. So it's an amazing little dictionary. So I'm going to use some of that on these. So I'm just going to tear. You can see how easy that came out. I'm just going to make sure that I'm in frame. Yep. So I'm just going to, yeah, that's really fragile. I hardly even touched that, and that all just came apart. So I'm just going to, all I do with mine, I just work out approximately where I want the writing or the whatever paper I'm using to go, and then I just cut the back of the tag just to give me a little bit of an idea. So what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of paper or something going up this way, maybe put it on the underneath. So it'd be nice probably to have most of that butterfly showing in there. And I mean, I know I lose that coffee dye effect that I've got there, but I mean, you can still see it on the back, and you can still see a bit of it, and that's what collage is, I guess, is you know, the layers. I don't know, you don't necessarily have to do this, but I just like to, because otherwise I end up with glue everywhere except where it's supposed to be. So I just very roughly cut it out just to give me a little bit of an idea where to put the glue. And I'll just put my bin over here. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. As I said, my mojo is just, I just don't have, which tag was I using now? This one. I don't know, I think because I'm tired all the time, I just can't get into it. I watch all of you amazing ladies that just seem to have endless ideas, and you inspire me so much, but I just don't have the energy at the moment to get in and do it. So anyway, need to stop whining and just do it. So as I said, I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to do it and stick it down, and we'll just see what happens. So as I said, I'll probably end up, I'll end up sewing around the edges of the tag. So I'm not going to worry too much if these straight edges don't have a lot of glue on them, because I will be sewing and that'll secure them. So it's just mainly the glue in the middle parts of the paper that you're gluing down that you need to worry about. So that's, just stick that down. If there's any excess, you can cut that off. There's a tiny little bit there, I don't even worry about that. There's my torn piece. I don't even know whether I probably should have put that underneath. I might just not put as much on that, because I like how that colouring all goes the whole way down. So same thing, I'm just going to tip it over and trim it on the bottom, maybe just roughly on the sides. I've got the house to myself at the moment. My partner's gone over to, I don't know, help my daughter do something with her iPad. I don't really know. I'm technically challenged, so I just said, you go. It just stresses me out, all that technical sort of stuff. So I said, you go, and I'll try and get a video done while you're out. So I hope he's gone for at least half an hour. So it gives me a little bit of time to do this. So I don't even know whether that writing's really straight, but that's okay. So that's, you know, that's 2 layers. Do we want to add something more? Do we want to add, I'm just trying to see what I've done here. So here I've added a layer of paper here, a bit of book paper, and then another printable tear sheet. So, I mean, they don't have to be the same. It doesn't really matter at all. So what have I got? Let me just have a look in if I've got like something a little bit more muted, maybe with a little bit of blue through there. I've got, you know, for someone that just spent all this time tidying up her craft space and sorting it out, I have just got stuff everywhere. It's ridiculous. I don't know, as much as I try and be a tidy crafter, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So I think this is from my Porch Prints. I'm sorry if it's not. I will. I'll definitely pop the link down below anyway. So I'll try and find that out. But probably just something to lighten the tag a little bit. I like this piece of writing down here. So I'm just going to tear this without tearing into that beautiful butterfly too much. But that's a beauty, I guess, isn't it, of printables? You can reprint these as much as you like once you've paid for them. So, oh, and I just bought a new printer. Shout out myself a printer. I just about died when the guy at the store told me how much it was. Oh, God, I can't even say how much it was. But honestly, I bought an eco tank. Now I was looking at the Epson eco tanks, and because Rachel said that's what she uses and she loves it, and I was talking to her about it, and I thought, oh well, I'll save my money and try and get one of them. And then when I went into the store, the guy tried to tell me, you know, like, yes, Epson's eco tank's really good, but Canon's really stepped up their game, and they've got this eco tank, 2 different eco tanks. And anyway, me being a sucker, he convinced me to get obviously the one that was the most expensive. But I just figured that the amount of printing that I do, and the amount of pages that you can get out of, you know, one bottle of ink for each of the colours, it's just, you know, it's going to pay for itself. It's just so worth it. And I've got a 4-year warranty on it, so at least I know that I can go back at any time and just, if anything goes wrong with it, for the next 4 years. So I guess that's, you know, that's peace of mind there in itself. So yes, I've been printing quite madly, which is nice, because before my old little Canon printer, I'd print, you know, like a few printables and probably, you know, 20 sheets, and then I'd have to replace the cartridges again, and that's like, you know, $70. So I'm hoping that I've done the right thing. I think I have. I mean, I like it. He said to me, you know, it's not going to print as fast, but I tell you what, it prints just as fast as my old one used to. And I don't really care. It's not, I mean, I'm just sitting here crafting. I can print it out and it can print and I can continue crafting. So it's really, the speed thing's not a real big deal to me. So so far so good. So it's a Canon G4610 if anyone's interested, and yeah, I love it. It's and the quality of it, as you can see, the printing is just beautiful. So obviously it helps when you've got beautiful digitals to print off as well, but definitely the quality of the print from this new printer compared to my old printer is just, it's 100%. So it was a good investment. It's already a good investment. So now I've just been babbling, but pretty much I'm just going to leave that. That's one tag pretty much done, and then I'm going to I'll find a flower to go on there. I do actually have some of the butterflies as well in those stickers. I just found that they're a little bit big for these tags, some of them, so I didn't particularly like using them. So but what I'll do is I'm just going to pop that aside, and I might just start on another one. So while I'm at it, so this time I'm going to tear into that poor bird there. And like, it doesn't matter if you don't go to the top of the tag. It doesn't matter at all. You know, maybe even just tear that on an angle down there a bit. And I like to ink just so it defines those different layers. I just like to ink those torn edges as I go. And as I said, once the tag's done, I'll ink around the whole outside of that. So I'm just going to roughly trim this before I glue it. Yeah, so I don't know what else has been happening for me. Just crazy busy with work, and yeah, as I said, 2 jobs. One of my jobs I travel an hour and a half to and an hour and a half home, so pretty much that day I get nothing done because I'm exhausted by the time I get home. And then a lot of the time the next day I feel exhausted as well. I'm not getting any younger, you know. I'm like, you know, in my 50s now, so I don't cope with that sort of travelling and the job that I travel to. I'm on my feet the whole time, and it's a really busy job. I love it, but it's a really busy job. So it's not, you know, it's not an easy job. It's in customer service, but there's lots to do, and yeah, it's constant. So and my second job is I haven't actually started back at my second job, but it's at my old job, the Quilter's Angel out at Highfield, so the quilting store. So I'm very lucky. I work one job in a scrapbooking store and the other job in a quilting store. I mean, what's not to like, really? And plus I love to work. I've always been in customer service, so it's just, I don't know, it's just what I do, and I love people, and I love, you know, talking to them, and, you know, taking an interest in their lives, and you know, and it's nice because they come back and they see you, and you can chat with them, and you know about the kids, and sometimes you find out of things that you really don't want to know, too much information, but you just have to just smile and listen. And some of the stories, I can tell you some really interesting stories. I won't, but I could. But yeah, I mean, I've always been in customer service ever since I left school, so it's obviously what I'm meant to do. As I said, I'd love to be doing this full time. I mean, that's probably really not practical at the moment, but I would really miss that the contact with the customers, I think, if I just did my journals and everything full time, I'd go stir crazy basically. I'd have to get out and do something. I really would. So, but then having said that, obviously when you go to work, all you want to do is be home and crafting. So it's Murphy's Law, isn't it? So this one I'm going to put just a little bit darker, I think, on the bottom there. So there's nothing to think about really. I mean, just whatever you've got, guys, just use your bits and pieces. And this is probably a really good way to try and get your creativity flowing again, because you're not thinking about it too much. You're just using what you've got around you. You know, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to use printables. I mean, goodness knows I've got God knows how many sheets of designer scrapbooking paper and paper pads and all that sort of thing. I could be using that as well, but these are just, as I said, some printables that I found when I was going through some more boxes the other day, and I just thought, oh, they're nice. Maybe they'll get me a little bit motivated to do something. So there's just two that I've done while I'm babbling away here. Once we get them inked up and get a flower on them, and then some stitching around them, and like an eyelet in there, I think they'll look really nice. So I'm going to keep going and do these. Yeah, I think I'll just use this. I need to use it up. So may as well just use it all up, hey? So this one I'm going to, same thing, I don't want to lose all that beautiful butterfly. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got this piece of paper, book paper. No, I need a bigger sheet. A lot of my books that I've got are so old, and they're all falling to bits. So when I tear them, I can't save a lot of them because the pages are just... So see how easily that tears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a layer this way. So I don't want that title in there. And I'm going to do that there. So that's what I'm going to do. The same thing again, I lose a bit of that coffee dye effect, sorry. But you see it all on the back, so there's plenty of room for journaling on the back, and you get that effect. But you still get some of it from the front. Normally I would keep that bit of paper, but I have so many books since I moved. I was horrified how many books I actually have, and I really need to start using them. And I keep buying them. I'm just addicted to them. I just love them. And I always have this, I don't know whether anyone else is the same. I think, oh, I'm going to go to the op shop today and have a look. And I'm like, no, you don't need anything else. And then I'm like, but what if there's that book, you know, that one book that you've been wanting for ages, or that perfect book for your journals, and you miss out. So I always end up going, and I always end up buying something. So my local Lifeline bookstore, it's called, they know me quite well now, and they say, oh great, you're back, that's good, because I always spend easy probably $50 each time I go, because I have so many great books in this store, so many great books. So, and they always say, oh, can't wait to see you again, because I spend that much money. But and they've got it all set out. It's like a library. So I don't do well when I've got to search through things for hours and hours. I'm not a shopper. Not a shopper of anything. I hate grocery shopping. I hate clothes shopping. If I don't have a reason to go shopping or something that I have to get, I really struggle. So I just like to go, get what I'm after, and get out of there. So it's the same with the, you know, Lifeline, the op shops and that sort of thing. I have a quick look. If nothing jumps out at me, I'm out of there. I just can't be in there for hours. So this bookstore for me is perfect, because they've got everything categorized into, you know, gardening, traveling, history, all that sort of thing. So it's perfect for me. So I think that's why I keep going back. So just tearing that down a little bit. And I'm just going to, my glue's all gluggy. Just going to glue this down. See how we go. And see, I don't particularly want it all over this side here. I should have trimmed that down from the back, just so that I don't end up with glue everywhere. So what else is happening in my life? I set a wedding date. That's very exciting. So that'll be happening early next year. It's exciting but scary at the same time. So it's only it's under 9 months away, or 9 months away now. Well, that's pretty much nearly giving him the date away, isn't it? And we haven't even got a venue. So we would love a beach wedding. But as most of you would know, as soon as you say the word wedding, you can bet the price goes up a couple of $1,000s. And I mean, we've both been married before, so we're just looking for, basically we just want it to be like a really lovely family dinner, you know, like a fairly casual, nothing formal, nice get together, but a party and a celebration, just with family and a few close friends, really. And what we'd really like to do is probably maybe go overseas somewhere for a honeymoon and spend less on the wedding. I don't know. How do you do that? I don't know. I'm stressed about it already, and we've only just set the date. I need to calm down, don't I? But anyway, we have to, we really have to get serious about what we're going to do very soon. So yes, that's happened. What else has happened? My youngest boy has just took him down to the airport the other day, or over a week ago, and he went to New Zealand on a holiday. So he's been having a lovely time over there, and he's we're going down to pick him up from the airport tomorrow, so that'll be a early start for us, because we'll be hitting peak hour traffic in the morning, so we'll have to leave home here about 5:30. So he's coming back. That's his first big adventure overseas. He's been on a plane only once before that, and that was a domestic flight, and that was with me when he was about eight or 9, I think he was. So he's done really well to go and do it on his own. I'm hoping that he'll get the travel bug now, because I mean, I didn't start traveling until I was, what, 42, I think, and I just love it. I mean, money's a factor for me, but if I could, I'd go on an overseas trip at least once a year. So many places, beautiful places to go and see. So, and he's only, well, he turns 19. No, he turns 20, sorry. He turns 20 in a week and a bit. So, you know, he's young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. So much of the world to see. And I think him and my elder son are thinking of going over to the US in 2021. They're both gamers, and I don't know. Is it League of Legends? I've got finals or grand, I don't know what they are, world finals or something over there in 2020 or something. So they're talking of maybe going over and see that, and as well do a bit of tripping around while they're over there. So that's exciting for them, and for me as their mum, to see them, you know, getting out and seeing the world, and the best part is that they're going to be doing it together. So yeah, all my kids make me so proud, and you know, just if they do that together, that's you know, they've got a close bond. They don't see each other all that often, and they don't talk as often as I'd probably like them to do because they live in different cities. But yeah, the fact that they're, you know, they're happy to do that, and you know, when they're together, they have a lot of fun. So that's my hope. I hope that that all comes off for them, and you know, they do get over there. So just trying to I don't really know what I'm doing here. We my partner and my daughter and I, we went out today, and I went and bought some more fabric. Probably should show you that, because I need more fabric. I don't need more fabric. I'm being smart by saying that, but I don't know what I'm doing here. Sorry guys, just bear with me. I'm bumbling around, just trying to, I know some of you ladies make this collaging look so easy. I think I make it look like hard work. Yeah, so we went out and I bought some beautiful fabric, which I will show you in a minute. Like, I'm not putting these papers right up to the top of the tag. I don't think you have to. I guess whatever's pleasing to your eye. So I'm just doing, as I said, I'm just using what I've got close by on my desk. I haven't, admittedly, I had started to do some of these tags the other day, as I showed you. Excuse me. And I just had all the stuff still sitting here. So, but I hadn't specifically gone and dug anything out to do this. I just thought, oh yeah, I found those. Look at that, I've got an old book. You know, I've got my inks and all that sort of glue and everything always close by me anyway when I craft. So, yeah, it's just using up bits and pieces. So, I'm just hoping. I've got a few journals that I need to actually get done. I just really need to get motivated and do it. So I think that, so see how I was saying it's not gone right up to the top there? I don't think that matters, does it? No, I'm not going to worry about it. And I like that bird. I like him sitting there. What have I done here? So let's get a bit of an idea of what I'm doing. Yeah, so we went out. Katie stayed with us for the last few days, and we went out today, and we went and got some fabric, and then we went out and at a cafe on the escarpment. And it was beautiful weather today. The breeze was quite cool, but when the sun came out, it was just glorious. So we went out there and we had a late lunch and sat for a while, and I bought a new lamp for my office, and then we had to go and do boring stuff like groceries. So we did that, but then we've come home and because we had lunch at like 2:30 in the afternoon, obviously none of us are hungry for dinner. So it'll be like cup of soup probably a little bit later, but it was a lovely day. I really enjoyed it. I don't do that often enough. I mean, I had a list with about 20 things on it that I wanted to get done today around the house and whatever, and I didn't do any of them. But who cares? Doesn't matter. I'm just going to add, I don't want to cover up, get rid of that bird too much, although if I put a, if I'm going to put a flower there, I'm going to cover him up anyway. So I'm going to do, so all that, I wanted that bird and now I've covered it up. But anyway, that's what happens. So I will show you this fabric in a minute. It's Tim Holtz fabric, so you can understand why I had to go and get it. I think it's part of his eclectic range, I think, but I haven't actually seen these fabrics before. So whether it's like, I don't know, has he got an eclectic range number 2 or something that's out? So I know that they go from working in quilting store. I know that those sort of fabrics go really quickly. So my partner saw it on Facebook this morning, so we decided that we would go out today and get some while there was still plenty. So that's what we did. I'll just go and grab them. I don't particularly like that too much. It's a bit dark on the bottom, but once I add a flower and do some stitching, that might be okay. So just let me go and grab this fabric. It's here, and I'll just see what we're up to. I'll be back in a sec. Hey, I'm back. Okay, so this is my little bit of fabric that I bought. So naughty. Anyway, I know that I'll use it, so I'll show you what I've got. I've got this one, so it's, let me have a look and see. So it's Eclectic Elements Memoranda. Sorry about the shadowing. So that's that one. It's just beautiful. I love the colours in that. Beautiful flower. So that one. And this one has to be the same range because it's got those flowers through it as well. Let's try and find the selvage. And it is Memoranda as well. So beautiful. This one. So I haven't seen these. I've seen them in papers, but not in fabrics. Not here, where I live anyway. I haven't seen them before. So I've got this one as well. And I'm assuming it's the same. Yeah, so Memoranda. I think I'm not sure that I've got this one, but I've had similar. I know that I've got that yellow, that mustardy coloured one here on its own with it's got like a bit of what do you call it, script on it, but I haven't, not sure that I've seen that one before. This one is, it's got like all the beautiful birds' nests and eggs, and it's wallflower. Yeah, see, I don't have this one. I've got the papers for this and a couple of pieces, little pieces of the wallflower range. Now this blue, I've got a thing for blue, navy blue at the moment. And this is out of the Memoranda too, I think. It has to be, because it's in, where is that? Memoranda, yeah. How beautiful is that? Right upside down. So I've got that one as well. I'll be using these for journal covers and flips and pockets. So, and this one is, I've got the papers for this. I don't have any of this fabric. So it's Memoranda as well. So they're just beautiful, aren't they? I mean, he's an amazing man, like what he designs and comes up with. So so that was my big fabric purchase. So that should keep me, now I've just made a huge big mess of everything that I had on my desk. Excuse me, sorry. So that was very exciting. So I do actually feel a little bit inspired to get in and make some journal covers. So I guess that's one thing. Sometimes I guess you just have to go and maybe buy something. I mean, not that I'm saying go and do that. Only do it if you can afford to do it, obviously. But it does. Sometimes it just sparks something, and you're able to sort of get a bit of inspiration from something new rather than looking at things that you've had all along. So these guys are the 4 that I've just done. I'm going to put flowers on them in a minute. I just wanted these ones that I said earlier that I used the distress stain with from my surface. So what I want to do is I just want to, there's still like a little bit of pale colour showing through on those. So I don't know, I'm just going to play. So I'm just going to ink them. These are going to be like a lot more grungy looking than these ones here. So basically I'm using Vintage Photo Distress ink. So I'm just going over the tag, just the lighter bits. So just as you can see, just gives it a bit more of a vintage look to it. And then I'm just going to go, so you could do double sides, like both sides with your distress stains and water. I'm just doing the one, and then, I mean, there's little dribbles of the distress stain that have come over to the back. I just think that adds, you know, that little bit of vintage grunge look. And then I'm just taking that colour, the starkness away from the back there. So yeah, so I'm just going to do that on those so that they're ready to collage on as well. I might do maybe one on these. Leave those for a bit later. So I think my partner will be home soon. So, and he's a talker and he's not quiet. So he'll make a hell of a noise. But I can. Is that his car now? My craft room's right next door to the carport, so I'll hear him coming. So we might have to cut it short, but that's okay. What am I going to do? I'm looking for something a little bit more maybe grungy in colour. So as I said, I've got this one here, which would be quite nice. I just like you. It's a shame to use up that big butterfly, I think. What have I got over here? So these are my porch prints. They're just beautiful. I just love all those ferns, the green of the ferns, and I mean, look at them, how yummy, all the different colours, and they're just stunning, aren't they? I mean, you could just do cut tags from these and really not have to do anything else. It seems a shame to tear them up, but as I said, I mean, you can just print them over and over. So that's that same one there that I've already torn into. Glue. Okay, so I'm not going to use any of them. What else have we got here? Oh, goodness sakes. I thought I had a whole heap. I do. I've got all these that I was using. I think these are Tracy Fox. I'm not sure what the range is. So I had torn, I think I've used it on here, this paper here and here. So I've used that colour, so maybe that might actually be nice. So I might use some of that. So I'm just going to tear it down this way. This time I'm going to take that right up to the top of the tag there. So I'm just going to flip it over and roughly trim off the excess. Sorry, I just need to put my glasses on again so I can see what I'm doing. So as I said, very roughly. And I will ink that as well, once again. So you get all your different layers happening. So these will be good little bits of ephemera. I've used up a lot of my ephemera pieces that I'd made in journals that I've made. So it's probably not such a bad thing that I have lost my mojo a little bit, because it's always a good thing just to fiddle around and make different ephemera when you do lose your mojo, because you'll always use it. Hi guys, I'm back. I was recording and my partner phoned and my phone was on silent in the middle of it all, and I just didn't realise that it had stopped recording. So I'm not 100% sure where I was up to, but I'll just quickly finish off some of these. So in the meantime, I've started inking up some more base tags, just using that same technique with the distress stain and water on your surface, and then just blotting the ink in there. So these are still drying, so I'm just going to pop these to the side. And my desk is a huge mess. And I also need to say, since I recorded the last video, we've got a new addition to the family. So I've adopted a cat. So if you hear a scuffle in the background, it's the cat and the dog still getting used to one another. So basically the cat's, his name is Roland. He's become king of the house already. Took him 2 hours to settle in, and the dog knows its place and he's the boss. So if there is a noise, it's just those two sorting out territory. So I apologise for that. So I'm just moving some of the mess out of the way. So I think what I had done in the last video was I was decorating some of these. So I've gone ahead and I've done a few more. So these all, I will sew around the edge of all of these. But before then, what I wanted to do was put some botanical images on them like I have with these. So I was using the vellum stickers, which I'll just grab. Where are they? Just here. So they're the vellum stickers that I was using. But I also found my fussy cut botanicals, which were right beside me. So for all the mess, I couldn't see them. So we might even use some of these, although some of these probably be too big for the tags. But anyway, that's what I'm just up to with that. And then what is required of them then is just to ink around the edges and then stitch and add a an eyelet, and pretty much the tags are done. So still don't have a lot of mojo. I've just got to get in and do it, I think. And yeah, I really am honestly struggling at the moment. So let me know what you guys do if you struggle with inspiration. I mean, I watch a lot of amazing ladies on YouTube and they inspire me, but I think it's just my motivation. I don't know. I just got nothing at the moment. So anyway, I'm going to stop whinging and whining, and I'm going to get on and add some botanicals to these tags. So that's the first one I've chosen. I quite like that. This colour here in the flower picks up this bit of tear sheet that I've done. So once again, I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm just going to do it and get something done. So, and don't mind my nails. They've all come off, or I've pulled them off. So I've ruined my nail bed. I do my nails myself, but I need to get some new top coat. So I'll try and do that today, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to stick these down. So quite like these. They sort of blend into the background a bit. Some of them can be a little bit white, the edges on them, but they blend in not too bad. So all I do in that case is just ink a little bit, just to sort of let them blend into the tag or the page, whatever it is that you're doing. So I think they blend in quite nicely. All right, let's see what else we've got. So just going to fiddle around a bit. I still haven't decided yet whether I'm going to add a word or not. I don't mind that because of the colour of the butterfly. So I'm just going to do that one. yeah, so I've always had cats over the years, and it's probably oh gee, how long is it? It's many, many, many years, probably 20 odd years since I've owned a cat. I absolutely love them. As I said, I have always had cats. Hi guys, he did it again. He phoned me. He knew I was doing a video, so he's in big trouble. So I kept going ahead and blabbing on and doing these. So I'm going to just show you what I've done. I've just stuck them down. So I will sew around them, ink them, and add an eyelet. And then you have some beautiful botanical tags completed. So I'm going to finish it up there just so he doesn't call again. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for all your support and all your lovely comments, and I hope you get some crafting in. Please let me know what you do to get your motivation back. I'd be really interested in knowing. And hopefully I will be back again soon with some new tutorials and some craft with me. So take care guys, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.